have arrived, or at least the play-ins have arrived tonight and tomorrow night. Entering the season's final day, the top two seeds in the West were already locked in, and Denver secured the 3 seed with a 10-point win over San Antonio. The Nuggets taking advantage as the Spurs sat Victor Wembanyama. So Denver wins their 12th straight, 4th longest streak to end a regular season in NBA history. Here's an interesting note. The Spurs have now lost just 4 games since the start of February. 3 of them have come against Denver. The other was on that Sunday afternoon at the very end of a long road trip at New York. So they've been unbelievably good, but will they rue the day they decided not to try and win yesterday and knock Denver down to the 4 so they wouldn't have to see them in the second round? Iman Shumpert and Vinny Goodwill, I will start with you. Is Denver a bad matchup for San Antonio? They've beaten them 3 times.
I don't know if they're a bad matchup, but I think once you get to the second round of the playoffs, Greeny, you can't run from anybody. I do think that the 2 games that they lost most recently, close games on the road, the one game where Jokic hit the soundboard shuffle with the outstretched arms of Victor Wembanyama, that's on the road. That's in overtime. If you are afraid of a team because you lose a game by close margins on the road, then you're probably not. Look at this shot, man. There's nothing you can do about that.
Right foot, right hand.
Give me a shoulder, give me a little shimmy, give me
a little bit of room.
So, Shump, if I said to you the whole world has been talking about a San Antonio OKC conference final, and I said to you, you're not going to get to see it because Denver is going to beat San Antonio in round 2, what would you say back?
I say it's must-see TV because though I see that Denver is in the running and I see that Denver matches up really well, I saw the couple of games they won. I still think that the Spurs have to see OKC. I think that it's one of them things where we're thinking maybe you don't want to see them. Let somebody else take care of that. But I think the competitor, and not only in Wemby, but in the Spurs organization, is saying, we're going to see them, and that's fine.
We're going to find out about playoff experience, right? You've been down these roads. You've won NBA championships. You know what it takes. The biggest disadvantage San Antonio has is they have no playoff experience. Denver, of course, the core of that team, won a championship just a few years ago. How much of a difference do you believe, let's first guess it, how much of a difference does that playoff experience make when we get a series like that in mid-May, assuming we get it?
It makes a whole lot. I don't want to sit here and say what I said about OKC and San Antonio to feel as if we don't understand what's at stake when you're playing against, champions, essentially. But I think the biggest thing that it comes down to is that man right there, Jokic. Him being calm and collected, but not only being that, being a league leader in multiple categories in ball control and saying, hey, scoring it as well as being an efficient passer and a willing passer is the top of my game. Whenever you have a guy making decisions and he's making it at the 5 position, it's just hard to defend against. So I don't want to disrespect them. It's just I'm that excited about San Antonio and San Antonio's backcourt and the way they defend.
I think it's an important thing to remember. We look at Oklahoma City as the model for team building, maturity beyond their years. 2 years ago, they were the #1 seed in the Western Conference, and they got knocked out in the second round by the Dallas Mavericks because they did not have playoff experience. And nobody viewed that as an upset. We looked at it as this team has to learn. Maybe San Antonio goes through the same thing this season.
That's right. My dear friend Michael Wilbon, when I was hosting the NBA with him, said, you have to have your heart broken before you can win an NBA championship. Spurs haven't had their heart broken yet. They don't know what they don't know. The other piece of it is Denver might be the only team that has the advantage over them at that position, to your point. If you're, I don't know what you consider Wembanyama. Maybe he's whatever position you want to put him at, because technically you could put him at 1 through 5. But if you're going to call him their big, the only team that maybe you give the advantage at that spot to is Denver, right? Jokic is the best player in the league.
I just think that Jokic also can make Wemby unaggressive in ways. We saw that in their couple of matchups this year. He doesn't stray away from Wemby. We've watched a lot of people come up with an array of moves, different finishes that we haven't normally seen them do in a game. On a higher floater, it seems like. I think Jokic did a great job of making sure he got into his body, make sure he neutralized him at the rim, and was able to do finishes that we've seen Jokic do. He might have put a little bit more on, I ain't gonna lie. He probably put a little bit more on the height of every shot. But he didn't adjust his game. He kind of went at him, and when you do that, you kind of control the tempo and control a guy saying, hey, I don't want to foul right here. I want to stay in the game. That makes a guy a little unaggressive.
All right, so that we won't get that till round 2, assuming we get it. Let me show you what the matchups we have in the Western Conference are. The only ones that are decided, we will have Denver, Minnesota in the 3-6. We'll have the Lakers and the Rockets in the 4-5, and of course the rest of it will get sorted out by the play-ins over the course of this week. The Rockets, look at this. For those of you who don't speak gambling, the Rockets are a prohibitive favorite at DraftKings to beat the Lakers, despite the Rockets being the 5 and the Lakers beating the 4. If you haven't been paying attention, the reason for this is because the Laker team that goes into this postseason is not the one that earned the 4 seed, and frankly would have been the 3 seed.
Yeah.
But they lose Luka and Austin Reeves basically at the same exact time. So I think conventional wisdom, and certainly DraftKings, is saying the Lakers have no chance. Do you think they're right? Do the Lakers have no chance?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah. They have no chance. I hate to say it, but it's true.
No cool way to say it. I don't think that we're going to be watching bad basketball the way everybody's been saying, though. They made it seem like it was going to be a tanking series type of thing, and I don't think it's going to be that. I think they got competitors over there, and I think that anytime you put one of our superstars in our league in a position down the stretch to say, hey, it can be a game, if you leave 5 minutes on the clock, I think LeBron James can make enough right decisions against whoever you're making decisions against to make it a good game.
What do you think?
I think appreciating LeBron and Kevin Durant in their last rodeo. This could very well be the last time we see these guys in a playoff series together. They were last playing in the 2018 NBA Finals.
Right.
Much younger men. But from a matchup standpoint, the Lakers can only stay in this if they stay close throughout 3 quarters. Houston's one of the worst offensive teams in the 4th quarter. Those 2 games that they won back-to-back in Houston on, I think, March 24th and 26th,
yeah.
The Lakers outscored them in the 4th quarter, held them to 12 points in that first matchup because we're not sure what type of offensive unit Houston can be if Kevin Durant doesn't receive the ball from a point guard.
Man.
So and we're all in agreement. I mean, Houston has a huge advantage here, and it's just a shame. I mean, the Lakers are going into this thing so shorthanded. But give me the numbers LeBron will have to put up in any game they win. What will LeBron have you'll be here with me in the morning.
Brian, I know I'm asking a lot out of you, man.
What's it gonna be?
I'm gonna need a good 35, 15,
12.
12.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be Jokic out here.
Yeah.
And I'm saying.
And 10 years ago, he would have given it to you like that, right? I mean, the LeBron James you played with, you'd have said, I got this.
It's got to feel a little different now, though.
He's got to control tempo.
It's got to be more. It's got to be more
series.
threes now. You got to make all your free throws. You know what I'm saying? Here and there, you could press the gas and do your LeBron thing, but it's got to feel like he's only gonna finish this game with 25 points and then free throws at the end and making decisions, making big shots. It can't feel like the whole game he is pressing and go and using a ton of energy.
I was dying to see what they could do with Luka and Reeves. It's a shame we're not going to get the chance to see it. Much more hoops as we continue this.
The Milwaukee Bucks. He is out as the Bucks head coach. Sort of saw this coming. The Bucks were not a playoff team. There was a lot of discontentment and disagreement in that Milwaukee Bucks locker room. We heard about it all season. Giannis was, of course, asked about that before the regular season finale against the Sixers. He spoke to reporters, was asked if he thought this was his last game as a member of the Bucks. This is what he said. That's a very good question. I don't know. It's not up to me. We'll see. Okay, so a lot of gray area there. We're going to welcome in NBA champ Iman Shumpert joining the program. No gray area here. He tells it like it is. Shump, you just heard Giannis's answer if he will stay as a member of the Bucks. Do you think he has played his final game in Milwaukee?
Well, I think so. I don't know. I 100% understand what Giannis is saying when he says it's not up to him entirely. But I think that we've seen from the collection of things that we've seen during the season, as well as now what we've seen off the court, that points at the fact that we won't be seeing Giannis in that jersey anymore. And it's about to get really interesting this summer on to where he decides to take his talent.
Yeah, new coach, possibly the post-Giannis era in Milwaukee. Could be an impactful offseason. We still have the postseason, though. We got the play-in tournament to go, Iman. And one of the set matchups we have, Lakers and Rockets. Lakers are the higher-seeded team, and yet they are plus 550 in terms of underdogs to win this series because of Luka and because of Austin Reeves and their injuries. How much of a chance do you give LeBron to lead the Lakers to this first-round win?
Well, it's not necessarily a thing of giving LeBron a chance, right? It's more making sure that the team is able to play to a certain level and get the game to the end of the game. If you can get the game to, 3-4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes and out. If you can get it to 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, making it a 2-3 possession game. I think that you can be good as anybody in the playoffs because you have a LeBron James. I understand that he can't do everything that he did athletically, but you're talking about somebody that is basically a computer when you start talking about this league. Understanding the ins and outs, understanding the rules, understanding when to pick your spots. I'd say the biggest knock on LeBron going through this playoff run will be his free throw shooting. And that says a lot. So when you can get the game to within decisions where it goes back and forth between your ball-dominant players, I think LeBron James always stands a chance to make a series run out. I don't know if he has enough to win a series, but he can definitely make it interesting.
Amon Shumpert has seen it firsthand. Lifted a Larry O with LeBron James. Amon Shumpert joining the program this morning on SportsCenter. Shump, much appreciated.